Glowing screens and hurried footsteps often guide us to what we think matters most. But today, we enter one of the most magical corners on Earth. It's not a futuristic city, nor a hidden spot on the map. It's Grindelwald, an alpine village that seems carved by heaven's own hands. Here, the day doesn't begin in a rush, but with a whisper. A breeze drifting down from the mountains, slipping through wooden windows. No honking horns, just bird song and the soft murmur of creeks weaving through the village. The homes, built with thick logs and flower-lined balconies, look like they were taken from the pages of a fairy tale. The green of the grass is so vivid, it feels freshly painted. And when it rains, the landscape deepens into something almost magical. The roads turn into mirrors of wet stone, raindrops tapping on rooftops, the scent of pine mixing with damp earth. In Grindelwald, the mountains aren't just a backdrop, they are the stars of the story. Towering, majestic, crowned with eternal snow. Sometimes they seem so close you could reach out and touch them. Mists dance along their slopes as if waltzing with the wind. On rainy days, that dance turns mystical, as if the whole valley were under a spell. Life here doesn't revolve around productivity, but around balance. It's not about doing more in less time. It's about doing what matters, enjoying what's simple. Locals don't rush, they walk. They greet each other, they chat. They buy bread baked in the same oven that's perfumed the street every morning for decades. They sit on benches in the square and watch the world pass. Though here, the world doesn't rush, it floats. Most families tend to small farms or work in tourism. But even during the busiest seasons, the rhythm never changes. Nature is revered. They cultivate what the land gives, care for what they receive. Nothing is wasted because everything has a purpose. Even the rain is welcomed. It doesn't ruin plans, it transforms them. It makes flowers shine brighter, turns paths into storytellers and rooftops into musicians. They don't need artificial parks. Their park is the mountain. From a young age, they learn to name flowers, read the sky, respect every creature that crosses their path. They don't live behind screens, they live beneath infinite skies. And that, simple as it sounds, changes everything. Tap water comes straight from nearby glacier springs. It's so pure and cold, drinking it feels like sipping from the heart of the mountain. Meals aren't fancy, but they are unforgettable. Bread, cheese, vegetables from the garden, meat raised slowly and with care. Each bite tells a story, each recipe passed down from generation to generation. When the day ends, there's no noise, only silence. A deep, healing silence, broken only by a distant cowbell or the creak of wood warming by the fire. Night falls gently, lights are soft, stars fill the sky, and the soul finally feels at home. In Grindelwald, time isn't measured in hours or achievements, but in moments. In glances exchanged on the path, in children's laughter sliding down a hill, in raindrops that fall without bothering anyone. In the quiet knowledge that some places still exist where beauty is not a luxury, but part of everyday life. At first glance, Grindelwald may seem like just a pretty village in the mountains, but stay a little longer. Look closely, listen with your heart, and its secrets begin to reveal themselves. Because this corner of Switzerland isn't just beautiful, it breathes history, preserves rituals, and if its stones could speak, they'd tell stories no book could hold. Time here has a different rhythm, not because people are slow, but because every task is a ceremony. Chopping wood, for example, isn't just practical, it's a dance, done with precision, with respect for the tree that gave it, with the patience of someone who knows hurrying won't make it burn warmer. Even the seasons have personalities. Spring arrives with shy alpine blooms, summer with the sound of bells and endless walks, autumn with breezes that smell like memory, and winter, oh, you'll come to know it. There are details you only discover by living here, like how houses are positioned not by chance, but to catch the sun during the coldest hours. Many have carvings in the wood, ancient symbols passed down through generations. Some offer protection, others good harvests, and some are simply reminders that every home has its spirit. Some sounds exist only in this valley, like the echo of an alpine horn at dusk, bouncing between peaks like the mountain gods themselves answering. Or the song of cows. Yes, a song. Each one wearing a different bell, so distinct that locals can recognize them by sound alone. There's a special silence here, not empty, but full of things that don't need to be said. It's the kind of silence that helps you hear what's happening inside yourself. Maybe that's why so many who come for a few days stay for years. Some traditions explain it, like the summer solstice festival, when the whole village climbs to light fires on the mountain peaks. It's not a tourist show, it's a ceremony for the soul, a time to laugh, to sing, to remember those who are gone. And if you walk the cobbled paths after a soft rain, you might notice something others miss. The entire village seems to glow. Wet stones reflect light in such a way that it feels like walking on crystal. It's natural, but here, everything natural has a touch of fantasy. Even house names tell stories. Most don't have numbers, but names, like Nimblick, the view of the sun, or Alpenruhe, the peace of the Alps, or Bärenhaus, the bear's house. These names aren't random. They're chosen with intention and passed down like a spiritual inheritance. And perhaps the most curious thing of all, in a place where nothing seems to change, everything is constantly renewing. Not with modernity, but with renewed faith in simple living, purposeful work, and honest connection. The belief that happiness doesn't need much, just a warm roof, a window facing the mountains, and the scent of rain falling on grass. Grindelwald isn't a place you visit, it's a place you feel. A village not captured in photos, but in fleeting, timeless moments. Winter doesn't arrive abruptly. It announces itself on the highest peaks, turning white slowly, remembering its truest identity. Then it descends, softly, over rooftops, trees, and trails. No hurry. Even snow here takes its time, falling like someone who knows it will be welcomed. And then everything changes. The village becomes a canvas, painted by the patient hands of a god. No engines, no shouting, just the crunch of snow under boots, the whisper of wind through pines, and a distant bell that reminds you the cows are still there, enduring. Life doesn't stop, it adapts. Children set off early with sleds and red cheeks, sliding down hills they know by heart. They laugh, tumble, shake off snow like stardust, then run home to warm fires and the scent of cinnamon and bread. In homes here, fire is more than heat, it's heart. Outside, snowflakes keep falling, each one different, each one perfect. No one rushes. Even time walks softly in winter. Adults continue their routines, clearing snow from roofs, checking windows, stacking wood. Daily chores don't vanish, they just become slower, more mindful. Winter here isn't an obstacle, it's a wise companion. And at night, Grindelwald becomes something indescribable. House lights beat like quiet hearts in the dark. When the moon appears, it lights the snow with a beauty that almost hurts. Everything is white, still, untouched, as if the village were covered by a veil of magic. Winter forces people to slow down, to gather, to talk by the fire instead of the screen.